Are the San Francisco 49ers really as bad as they look? With a disappointing 5-5 record, former NFL QB Sean Salisbury has some harsh words for the team, calling them one of the worst in the league this season. What does this mean for their Super Bowl dreams? Stick around as we dive deep into the struggles of our beloved 49ers and what it could mean moving forward. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated on every twist and turn in 49ers news. The San Francisco 49ers entered the 2024 season with lofty Super Bowl aspirations, but after 10 games, things are looking bleak. With a record of 5-5, it's hard not to feel frustrated. Former NFL quarterback Sean Salisbury recently voiced his concerns on the Carmichael Dave Show, and honestly, I can't help but agree with him. He labeled the 49ers as one of the 3 or 4 worst teams in the league this season. That's a tough pill to swallow, especially for us diehard fans. Sean pointed out that the 49ers just don't seem as explosive on both sides of the ball. When I watch the games, I see glimpses of talent, but it just hasn't come together consistently. The offense isn't clicking like we all hoped, and the defense has had its moments, but it feels like something is missing. With Super Bowl hopes hanging by a thread, it raises the question, can this team still turn it around? I want to believe they can, but it's hard to ignore the reality of their performance so far. Another point of discussion has been the adjustments made by head coach Kyle Shanahan. Has he done enough this season? I think he's shown flashes of brilliance in the past, but this year feels different. There were moments during the game against the Seattle Seahawks where I questioned his play calling and in-game strategies. Should Brock Purdy have thrown the ball more? Or was the Seahawks defense simply too much to overcome? These are the kind of decisions that weigh heavily on the team's chances moving forward. Moving on from Shanahan is something I've seen floated around, but honestly, I don't think that's the right move if the struggles continue. He's proven he can lead a team deep into the playoffs. There just needs to be a recalibration. The players have to execute better, too. It's a team effort, after all. But what do you think? Is it time for a change at the top? Or do we stick with Shanahan and hope for better results? Looking ahead, the 49ers have a tough schedule coming up. They'll face the Green Bay Packers, the Buffalo Bills, and the Miami Dolphins. Each game is critical. If they can't find a way to turn things around soon, the dream of a Super Bowl could slip away. I can't stress enough how vital these next few games are for the future of this franchise. As fans, we invest so much emotionally into this team. It's hard to watch them struggle, and I know many of you share my frustrations. We've been through ups and downs together, and right now it feels like we're stuck in a rut. But I want to hear from you. What are your expectations for the rest of the season? Do you think they can pull it together? Are you still holding out hope for a playoff run? Let's keep the conversation going in the comments. Your thoughts are important, and I want to know what you think about the current state of the 49ers. Do you believe they can turn this around? Or are we looking at a lost season? As we dive into the latest updates from the San Francisco 49ers, it's clear the team is navigating a challenging landscape. Coming off a tough loss to the Seattle Seahawks, we're now gearing up for a crucial matchup against the Green Bay Packers in Week 12. This is a pivotal moment for our beloved 49ers, especially as we deal with a few injuries that could impact our performance moving forward. Head coach Kyle Shanahan has provided a detailed breakdown of the injury situation. Wide receiver and punt returner Jacob Cowing is currently in concussion protocol, which is concerning given how vital depth is in our receiving core. Linebacker Tatum Bethune has an MCL sprain and is expected to be out for an extended period, which puts additional pressure on our special teams. The health of our starting quarterback, Brock Purdy, is also in question with right shoulder soreness. He's listed as day-to-day, and let's be honest, his ability to lead the offense is crucial if we want to keep our playoff hopes alive. Then there's Nick Bosa, who is dealing with a hip and oblique injury. Bosa is a game-changer on defense, and without him at full strength, opposing offenses might exploit our vulnerabilities. Shanahan mentioned that Boza will be evaluated throughout the week, and I can't help but feel anxious about that. We need our star players healthy, especially when facing a team like the Packers. On a slightly brighter note, we've got cornerback Charvarius Ward back in the mix. After a personal matter that kept him away for a couple of weeks, he's returned to the team facility and has even participated in workouts. This is fantastic news for our secondary, and I truly believe his presence can bolster our defensive efforts against Aaron Rodgers and that potent Packers offense. Shanahan seems optimistic about Ward's availability, which is a relief for us fans. And let's not forget about George Kittle, the People's tight end. He's expected to practice this week after sitting out Week 11 due to a hamstring issue. Kittle's dynamic playmaking ability can change the game at any moment, and having him back on the field is a huge boost for our offense. I mean, who doesn't get hyped when Kittle is catching passes and bulldozing through defenders? However, not everything is looking rosy as we wait for Trent Williams to recover from that ankle injury. Shanahan noted that Williams felt some soreness after battling through the game against the Seahawks. His leadership and skill on the offensive line cannot be overstated. I'm keeping my fingers crossed for him to bounce back quickly because without him, Purdy's protection could be compromised, and that's a scary thought. With all these moving parts, I can't help but wonder, are we making the right decisions heading into this next game? Are we risking too much by pushing injured players back into action? I'm honestly torn. While I want to see our best players on the field, I also understand the importance of their long-term health and the impact it could have on our season. So, I turn it over to you, fellow 49ers fans. What do you think? Are we doing enough to manage our injuries, or are we playing with fire? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What are your expectations for the game against the Packers? Will we bounce back and secure a win, or are we setting ourselves up for another disappointment? This season is far from over, and every week counts. If you're as passionate about the 49ers as I am, don't forget to like this video, share it with your fellow fans, and subscribe to the channel for all the latest updates. And hey, make sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any essential news as we move through this season. Let's rally together and support our team as they push through these challenges. Go Niners!